Hi, everybody. Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin, and this comes as a shock every single time.
The fact that you have to do an intro?
Every time we get to this bit, I'm like, oh no. You would think.
You're good old reliable Pippin.
We're not doing that movie, Bren.
We already did it, I know.
You would think after 89 episodes, years of doing this, I would remember. But no.
Honestly, I'd be kind of surprised if you did consistently start remembering, so really, This is just establishing that in some ways, life is normal.
Pip, this keeps it fresh. This keeps you on your toes. This means that you didn't come up with one like a week beforehand and then have it written in your notes and it comes out stale.
Yeah, that's clearly how we're going to justify this.
Yeah.
Even if I thought of one a week ago, I would have forgotten it by now. I'm Pippin.
Are you?
No! I'm Pippin, and I'm undercover. I'm writing you all out to Los Angeles cops. Or maybe the FBI. I lost track.
LAPD working for FBI. Anyway, go on.
With the FBI. Come on now.
Yeah.
I'm Alex, and I live my life. 500... I live my life a quarter of a page at a time.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Boo!
Boo earns.
I was saying boo earns.
And Kat, you're right. I stole it from you.
Oh, is it my turn? Oh, that's right, because you're... Yeah, okay, yeah. So, birth order. I know that.
Yeah. No, also
That's
I was
another
saying...
thing that we haven't learned after so long doing this is
after
the
nearly
order in
40
which we were
years.
born.
Yeah. No, the one I was queuing up, and two, also, I was saying that I stole the quarter mile.
Yeah, you fucking did.
From you.
And
Yeah.
how dare you? But that's okay, because you know what I got in my car? I got some Nas. And I'm Kat Cray. And my name is Kat, and I have Nas in my car. Thank you.
Well, you have enough that you're just gonna blow yourself up. I would give that to an amateur.
Hey man, I'm just here to race.
Oh, okay, you're in. You got spunk.
You!
Oh. You got...
So, Bren, what are you smiling about?
Well, I'm Brendan, and honestly, I'm just here for a tuna on white. No crust.
No crust.
No, I'm not suspicious.
Grossest sounding fucking sandwich, by the way.
It sounds like the ultimate white guy sandwich.
No crust? The crust is necessary to contain the tuna.
It depends on how fucking dry that bread is.
Oh,
To be fair,
it's
it is
dry.
supposed to be the worst restaurant ever. Like, they talk about that. They're like, clearly the only reason you're coming here for sandwiches is to hit on Dumb Sister. Like, that's the only reason you would possibly want to.
Yep.
Even Dumb Sister feels that way.
Do you
Tom
think...
Sister agrees.
do you think that like about a week or so into him actually working in Dom's shop, they actually see him bringing his own lunch, and it's a nasty tuna salad sandwich?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know it. At first, they're like, okay, nah, he's just being cute and doing and honoring the joke, and then they see him do it again and again. It's like,
and what's worse is that the tuna salad is somehow worse. It's literally just tuna and like a shit ton of mayonnaise. There's no spice. There's nothing in it. And they're like, oh my God, are you telling us that our shitty tuna sandwich is still somehow better than the shit you make yourself?
Well, yeah, it's Starkist tuna.
It's chicken of the sea.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, guys, what are we talking about today?
A tuna salad. Tuna salad, the movie.
Yeah, we're talking about tuna salad.
Wait,
isn't that clear?
Too much tuna.
All right.
Getting our John Mulaney reference in real slick.
Today, we are talking about the 2001 movie, The Fast and the Furious.
Hell yeah, we are.
Not to be confused with the 2009 Fast and Furious.
Though they are part of the same series.
Well, that's Fast and Furious.
Franchise.
It's not that one's Fast and Furious, not the Fast and the Furious. Come on.
Yep.
If you've never watched The Fast and the Furious, the summary...
First of all, you should.
Who are you?
You absolutely fucking should. Go on.
The summary, according to Netflix...
Ooh, different.
Because Google just had a thing about the franchise as a whole. I'm gonna go with
Fuck that. No.
according to Netflix, is an undercover cop infiltrates a Los Angeles street racing crew, suspected of big rig. Oh, fuck.
Big rig fucking. Well.
Hey. An undercover cop infiltrates a Los Angeles street racing crew, suspected of big rig hijackings, and unexpectedly falls for the gang leader's sister.
I don't think it's that unexpected. I mean, it's pretty early established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he definitely does get in too deep. Like, that's well established.
'Cause he's in too deep.
And he's trying to keep. And that's all the song we're
car
going to
on the road, but the NOS has gone exploded.
And that's all the song we're going to use.
I was going to make a joke about in too deep to her.
Well, that's later on in the movie.
Again, ew.
The movie starts with it's him already he falling for the gang leader's sister.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like at first it's like, she's nice.
Yeah.
That's a name. I remember it.
Mia.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Mia.
Her name's Mia. Yeah.
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 Mia Toretta.
Dom and Mia, 3 letter her names.
That's how you know they're siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Nobody count hours.
We do have obnoxiously long names.
We do, but we have shortened all of them to single syllables.
No,
For each other.
Not me.
I'm still Alex.
No. Our private nicknames.
Oh.
The ones the audience doesn't get to know. Ooh.
I mean,
Mine is Sasquatch. I mean, come on.
Mine's the Gipper. Pippin's got nothing to that one.
No follow-up. I respect it.
Well, because I wanted to make a great beast, prince of the underworld, that sort of thing, but I couldn't get all the order of names in my head properly.
Well, and then there's the super secret extra long names, Usador the Blue, Wizard of the 12 Realms of Theseus.
Master of Light and Shadow.
Yada, yada. We don't have to go into the full bit. I mean, that's a secret name.
But of course, if, the fine people from, Hello from the Magic Tavern want to get in touch with us, we are happy to open negotiations.
Yeah, we're well known enough for that. Oh.
Hell yeah.
So the movie that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
yeah.
I mean, the summary, according to Netflix there. Yeah, that
covers it.
A big part of it. Yeah. Point Break with cars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someday I should watch Point Break.
It's
a Fast and the Furious, but with surfing.
what's that? Alex, I was talking to you about this. What was that movie that I watched 2 years ago now that I then referenced too often in this goddamn show? About cars.
Ford v Ferrari?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Yes,
Ferrari, not Ferrari.
The Fast and the Furious is Ford versus Ferrari without the engineering or history.
That's what this entire rest of this episode should be.
But,
No. Ford versus Ferrari should actually be counted as part of the Fast and Furious franchise. It's just, the super prequel.
there we go.
To be fair, that would make sense because it's got the F and F right there.
Yep.
Ford and Ferrari.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's true.
And the Fast and Furious franchise has an established history of fucking around with time and their own release order.
I'm still saying,
Insert here, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
well, and I'm saying we need down the line, Fast and the Furious part question mark, Fast to the Future.
Amazing.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
They steal a
Technically, we
DeLorean.
don't know. Here's the problem. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds of this, but Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, I believe that's the name, was released third, and it takes place at least sixth.
Chronologically?
Timeline-wise. And it may actually take place even further in the future. We don't know.
Like, their phones have mysteriously gone full circle on back to flip phones?
Well, actually, here's what happens, Al, is that Tokyo Drift actually takes place in the timeline in which Vin Diesel is actually kept at the Temple of Time. And so nobody's there to stop trans gang from taking over the entire valley in this crime wave that
Here's the
will
thing,
result.
I don't think there are any characters that are shared between the first two movies and the third movie. It's just another fucking fast car movie.
Well, and here's the thing why this movie works the way it does.
I fucking love this movie, guys.
Is that it is an action movie. You have the basic plot to follow along with, which is Paul Walker is playing Brian something or other.
O'Connor?
O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Irish.
O'Connor. Who is
his
undercover
name is Brian Spellner.
Is it Brian?
What? Still Brian.
Okay.
Still Brian. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense, because you want to be able to have something that you'll turn around to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he is an undercover cop who is assisting the FBI in these, as Pippin mentioned, big rig hijackings that have been going on, in which loads of electronics are being stolen.
Very fancy electronics for 2001, you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
They're TV VCR hybrids, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
there are DVD players.
I saw a TV that was still a cube.
Oh yeah.
It's so cute. Panasonic, bitches.
Yeah.
So
Is Panasonic even still a company? I don't know.
but yeah, that is the thing that mostly just drives the plot forward is a heist crew and the police crew and poor Paul Walker caught in the middle.
Well, the other thing is the reason that there's the task, as it were, because I always have to bring in the task. The task is that they have to solve this fairly quickly, because soon the big rigs are just gonna take justice into their own hands with fucking shotguns.
Which they do!
Which they do! And then, it's foreshadowed. They're like, if we don't get this in time, this is gonna happen. And bitches, they did not get it in time.
No.
It's Big Rig Wild West now.
Fuck yeah. And they're like, listen, we have this crazy car heist thing going on, but God forbid the big rig guys get involved.
Oh God. And I'm just imagining this is alternate United States in which cars rule everything.
Yes.
And the thing is, for this movie, it's Paul Walker slowly, or Brian O'Connor, slowly working his way into Toretto's gang and making friends with everybody, but also there are lots of street races, and you see cars go fast. And some
There's
cars.
good music too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for 2001, yeah. And yeah, you see cars go fast. You see some cars explode, and then you also see guns.
Womp womp womp.
And
you
that is
see practical effects.
Oh yeah.
Of guns
I was going to
blowing.
ask, were these effects practical? And
Yes.
The internal car stuff, not so much.
That was the realest part, you guys. Actually, Pippin, so these directors became kind of famous for the fact that they were doing this on a shoestring, and the way that they got a lot of their effects. And you'll see that more as the series progresses, because if you guys think I'm not not going to keep harassing you to watch the rest of the series, you're mistaken. As you see the rest of the series progress, what they would do is they would buy really cheap fucking cameras and basically smash shit into them and explode them and stuff like that. And then they would go and retrieve the film, and they would get these amazing shots because they didn't fucking care about the camera making it out the other end.
Yeah, I mean, if you bought the camera and it was a cheap camera that you bought outright and you're not worrying about returning it to the rental place, because if you're doing a shoestring film budget, that's what you're actually doing, is just renting the equipment. Which is why films like The Room were truly bizarre, because the director of that movie, Tommy Wiseau, bought all the equipment, and the place he bought it from is okay, give him everything he needs because we just made a fortune off this guy. Bravo. Yeah. Go with God on your passion project, sir.
Oh, The Room. But yeah, so a lot of this was just straight up practical.
And it looks better for it.
Oh yeah, well, practical does. I mean,
oh yeah,
it just, real looks like real, because real is real.
Weird.
It's the same thing where puppets are always going to look like badass puppets.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. They will never turn bad because they will always just be awesome puppets. You know what they are. They're still amazing.
They won't turn bad because they were always good puppets.
Aww.
They're all good puppets, Brent.
It's people who make them bad.
Oh.
But yeah, so, the movie has, it's not deep.
No.
It's not deep. But I will say, I got indoctrinated into the Fast and the Furious series, by our mutual friend, John.
Of course. Yeah.
We had to watch, like, the first 3 movies in one night.
Had to. Copious booze involved.
Oh, I could not say. But certainly, his wife, Kathy, provided a lot of food.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, it was great. And then, and there was a ton of us there, and John would stop the movie and then carefully explain the story up till now before he started the next one. Because that was important, apparently.
So he kind of gives a Dragon Ball Z-esque, previously on the Fast and the Furious. Dun,
yes.
Dun, 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 dun. And you know what? That fits. Because you can imagine, like, a hyped up, previously on segment being played for these films.
And we did come up with a drinking game, which is that anytime somebody said, oh God, what was it? You take one drink if somebody says bro.
Mm-hmm.
You take 2 drinks if someone says Nas. And then it was back to 1 drink for man. It was almost like, we almost did 2 drinks for bro, but the fourth movie, at that point, we had to change all the rules because literally all the dialogue was bro and man.
Oh no.
Kat, I think we have our post-pandemic plan.
Fuck yeah.
There we go.
But, okay, so the story. So Brian goes, he infiltrates, he becomes one of the gang. It's like a getting the gang together, except there's already a gang, and he's just becoming part of it.
Yeah, it's the undercover cop. Yeah.
Yeah, when he starts out, everyone thinks he's a bit of a, chump.
Cool.
Because he is one.
Yeah. Because he ripped apart his car, and still couldn't beat Dom.
Yeah.
But he got into Dom's good graces when the cops showed up, and he was the one that got him out of that situation. Totally.
Yeah.
Because Dom is not going back to prison.
He's not going back to prison, you guys.
No.
Not happening.
Yeah, no.
And you know what? I can understand that. Like, I would instantly trust somebody who, saved my bacon like that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, totally not suspicious that he was right there when he needed you.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Weird.
Totally wasn't orchestrated.
It's fine.
But
You should totally trust white dudes who suddenly show up out of nowhere.
with cars way too fucking... To be fair, though, like a white dude showing up with a car that's too expensive for him, that he then fucks up and then doesn't seem to care about it, that does scan.
Yeah,
For California? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he finds you again in a dark alley...
Oh.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So the movie is entirely, I would say, entirely an introduction to the lay audience of the crazy underground world of street racing.
Oh yeah, because there's we talk about like gays a lot, right? Like, usually it's in terms of like the male gays.
Or in terms of Pippin trying to queer everything, but go on.
Yeah.
What up?
But in this one, it's all about the cars. Like, if you are a car person, you're like, I know this car. I know that car. That car's a piece of crap. Hey. And so, yeah, it's a lot of cars involved. And it's not like all like the same car. It's not like, oh, well, hey guys, Audi sponsored this movie. So it's all Audis.
Yeah, no, it's got a variety.
Yeah.
And it's got a variety. You don't see it as much in this movie, but you see it a lot more as it goes on. It's, diverse.
Oh, yeah.
Which for 2001 apparently was something different.
A big deal.
And also, the series as a whole gets crazy international numbers because they go to location to film their street races when they go to different countries and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, in a later movie, when they're in like fucking Dubai or something, I kid you not, there is a car sequence where they, you know the really super tall skyscrapers they have in Dubai?
Burj Khalifa?
Yeah, where they drive through one, through the air, and then hit through the glass into another one. And then they drive through the expensive layers, and like there's like fancy cars and shit. I'm sorry, fancy like pianos and shit. It's fucking bonkers.
But we're not talking about that one.
No, we're not. We're talking about this one.
This is what sets the groundwork. I mean, we didn't know going into this movie that we'd be setting up an entire cinematic universe, but we didn't know that when we started Iron Man, did we?
Well, I mean, they were hoping, but they did not have high hopes.
They did not have high hopes. They were like...
I mean, they hired Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. of all people, which maybe the listening audience does not remember. If you want, there's like 2 big resurrections in human history. Christ and Robert Downey Jr.'s career.
But he's great.
I stole that joke from Ursula Vernon, I'm so sorry.
Anyway, there's some, getting in good with the gang, cause he saved Dom. They go, they have a run-in with the rival gang.
Yeah,
who has motorcycles.
That's how you know they're evil.
Crotch rockets.
That's like what, Johnny Tran?
Yeah.
And his gang.
So they have a run-in with him. Johnny Tran shoots up the car, which explodes because of the NOS. The NOS! Which, I don't think you explained, is basically just jet fuel.
I think it's is it real? I just always assumed it was magic jet fuel. I thought it was magic fuel.
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that nitrous oxide exists, but I only know it as a medical device and a good time. Not that I ever have.
What it does, I believe, is just, it's not actually a fuel, it just makes a fuel burn faster, I believe what it does.
Is that a real car thing, though?
Kinda, I think. I can double check here.
I'm not sure any of us are in the position to know.
Bren's an engineer.
It's true. Bren, when's the next time you're gonna put some NOS into your everything?
I'm just trying to remember exactly what it does. I think what it actually does is it's not like magic, it just makes it so that the oxygen in the fuel actually like combusts more efficiently or whatever.
Oh shit, no, you can actually buy it. Yeah. Guys.
Well, there's also an energy drink.
And you can get but it's all here, man. Holly.com, you can get a carbureted plate system, don't know what that is. Direct port system, don't know what that is. A power sport system, a hidden system. Holy shit, this is awesome.
Okay. So I think it artificially increases the power that your engine's generating, if I'm remembering right.
Also, getting back to the point, hella flammable.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And will make your car explode.
I mean, because it's an oxide. Explosions and fire is oxygen reactions. Come on.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo.
Wayo.
So there's the rival gang. Eventually they get back to Dom's house where there's a party, and he gets pissed because everyone's partying and he hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, what the hell?
Cops were raiding the race.
Especially because they had to walk back for a little bit until they could get cab service again, so it's been a few hours.
Oh yeah.
He's like, were none of you going to even kind of look for me?
You assholes.
And they're all like, you bought the white boy in? And he's like, white boy? Looked for me.
White boy has been joining me this entire fucking evening. And the least I can do is give him a beer.
Yep.
White boy has beautiful blue eyes and
a love for tuna.
Beautiful blue eyes and wavy blonde hair, and we stare at each other's eyes and discuss crime.
And the second that Mia sees that he's at the party, she's like instantly brushing her hair and all that.
The best cut of the entire film is in that scene. In that scene. When she's like, oh shit, the cute guy I like is here. She's in like her like jammies, okay?
Yep.
And doing presumably homework. There seems to be like a textbook in front of her.
Yeah.
And she instantly like, fuck, dashes over to her mirror, takes off her shirt, but she's facing the mirror. You don't see anything, but you see her back, and what she does is she tosses the shirt behind her, in a rush, and the shirt hits the camera, and when it drops, we're back in the living room.
Yep.
Yep.
Smooth
And
cut.
it's a smooth as fuck cut.
Yeah, you love to see that in a film. And, and then among other things, I think what happens like immediately afterwards is that,
Aggro guy.
the other thing that happened was that in that race in which he blows his own car, like he bet his car as collateral on the race. And because he lost to Dom, he owes Dom a car.
Owes him a 10-second car, you guys.
And because Johnny Tran just blew it up.
Yeah, what the hell, Johnny?
Still owes him a 10-second car.
But like, he brings in like a wrecked car, but I guess it's a wrecked car with a really solid engine block, question
I
mark?
guess.
That's what I got from that scene.
It was fixable.
Yeah.
It had good bones, as they say. But it would take a shitload of money. But then again, white boy here is driving around with a shitload of money that he seems to not care about anyway.
Yep.
So.
And also, I guess if you're a car person, probably it's like one of those projects like, yeah, I'd like to work on this. Bring it back from the dead. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
See this on the street again? Oh my.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a nice project. It's a time for them to all become closer, as it were.
A family, you might say.
A family and familia.
With the exception of, I've forgotten his name,
Jesse? No, Vince.
Jesse.
Vince. No,
Vince.
Jesse's the idiot, yeah.
He's not an idiot. He's the engineer.
The naive person.
He knows how to do car or stuff. But he also has ADD, as he actually says, and
But you know what? Cars calm him down.
yeah.
He mentioned that he couldn't do school because of his ADD, and part of my head, the part that, works in academia was like, if you talk to your school's disability office, you can get some reasonable accommodations to work around that.
But Pip, this
this
was
was
the early
2001.
2001, yeah.
Also, frankly, like that presupposes that he has anybody in his corner to help him know that.
Presupposes that his high school actually bothered with it.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going and having family dinner at his own house. Dom's doing the best he can by all this. Here's the thing. I said this to Alex. Dom Toretto, I think, has the same superpower that Steve Rogers does. He has the ability to draw people to him, whether you kind of intended to or not. So Brian shows up undercover, and by the end, he's all like, "No, Dom's awesome," and they proceed to be like best friends and possibly love interests for like movies upon movies.
So the Fast and the Furious is the MCU, but with cars.
Yes. Actually, yes. Because, well, I don't want to get more into the other movies, but as the films progress, it becomes clear that their proximity to their cars and or NAS creates meta-human levels of healing. And this is actually, and it goes into meta-level humans of strength too. When The Rock gets involved, The Rock literally turns aside a nuclear warhead with his bare hand. Yes. And here's the thing, somebody on Twitter tweeted The Rock to be like, yeah, how could you possibly do, like, you definitely didn't do that. And he's like, yes, I did. It happened though, so there you go. So I guess it did happen.
You call me a liar?
You saw it with your own eyes.
And by the Hobbs and Shaw movie, which is still within the Fast and Furious universe, Idris Elba, I believe, shows up as a super soldier.
Jesus.
But it only works provided they're in proximity to their cars, and that might be related again to Nas.
Yeah.
But this is the beginning of that. You can see a little bit of it when, like, the cars fucking flip and, Dom's girlfriend, whose name I forget.
Letty.
Yeah, but what's the actress's name? It's Rodriguez, isn't it?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez. Comes out and just, like, pulls herself out, and she's aching, but she's not dead.
Thank God I had the NOS.
Whereas Jesse walks out.
Was not near his car.
Was outside of his car, or freaking out, and then Johnny Tran shows up with a freaking and some machine gun, or was it a Uzi?
It was a gun.
Like
it was a weapon.
And shoots him, and he's like dead.
He's dead.
spoiler alert for the end.
Metaphysically, it was no longer his car.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He had lost it to Johnny Tran.
Yeah.
During race wars.
So.
A little on the nose.
Yeah. So, there's some stuff in the middle.
Yeah. A lot of racing.
There's some racing, there's some crime.
There's some cop stuff.
Cop stuff.
Like the
cops.
The cops prove that all cops are bastards by going in with some flimsy evidence.
Yep.
And beating the shit out of elderly Asian people. Wait, that's not topical.
I watched that scene and I was like, oh, holy shit, that's some police brutality. That's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for context at the time, Paul Walker's character, Brian, basically had spotted loads of DVD players in Johnny Tran's warehouse. And so he was like,
Along with Johnny Tran beating up a known fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like, aha, I have put two and two together. I have solved the crime and it is not my best friend Dom.
But he did clarify to the FBI. He's like, this is circumstantial, though.
We should probably investigate more. Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The FBI jumps in, and then it turns out not to be Johnny Tran's people or his gang or anything.
Well,
and then they come back and yell at Brian. And Brian's like, fuck you, I told you not to go in there.
it turned out those were all legitimately bought DVD players. Oops.
Whoops.
And so, yeah, it turns out it was Dom's
it was fucking
gang
Dom.
all along. Because of
course it
course,
was.
yeah. We knew.
But by the end of it, you're like, yeah, get him. Get those Panasonics.
And at that point, all hell's starting to break loose because now the truckers, they're gonna take trucker justice.
Listen, Dom and his group just need to do one more hit, and then they have enough money to move to Mexico, where they cannot be extradited, I guess, and Dom will never have to go to jail. Ever again.
Perfect
so
crime.
That's why they only have to do one more.
One more job.
And everyone's like, this doesn't feel right, Dom. This doesn't feel right.
We're missing Jesse.
Jesse's not here.
I'm getting a feeling about this one.
Always listen to your feelings, folks.
But yeah, then we get the final scenes where Brian reveals to Mia that he's been a cop this whole time, which
after he slept with her.
After
and
he
that
slept
is not
with her.
fully informed consent.
No, it is not. And to her credit, she is pissed about that.
Yeah.
That's not whatevered over by the writers. She's clearly aware that this was some fucking bullshit.
But also he knows that the big rig drivers are going to fuck shit up, so they really need to find Dom and the crew now.
And so we get the final chase scene involving lots of stunts around that big rig, who happens to have a shotgun, and people get injured. Cars get flipped over. Dom gets pissed.
There's a very well done injury on the part of, I think, Vince.
Yeah.
Where he's got wire wrapped around his arm.
Yeah, that was
and that's
visceral.
what's keeping him stuck. And he's losing blood from it. And the makeup was also on fucking point. He was pale as fuck.
He was clearly losing strength.
Oh, yeah.
He was going to die at any moment.
From a wound that is not typically what we would consider in film to be a dying soon wound.
But in reality...
But because he was outside of his car...
He was outside his car.
Yeah.
See?
Suddenly shock existed again.
Well, because that's the thing. There is no NOS on that truck.
No,
That's
not on the
true.
truck.
Yeah.
Nope.
But yeah,
it's diesel.
Oh, God. Oh, no, that's like anti-NOS.
Son of a bitch, I was drinking something. So, Brian saves the day.
Yes.
Gets Vince airlifted out.
Because he's a cop and just said, I'm a cop, come here. And they do.
This is fair.
I mean, he had a badge number.
I have to say, Vin Diesel's fucking eyes as Brian is like, I'm on the phone trying to save Su Familia's life. So you can't kill me just yet.
I did like that quiet conversation.
Yeah. No, let's be real. Dom fucking knew.
I don't think he did.
No, he was betrayed.
That was a full-on betrayal.
Well, he knew that something was up with his,
I contend that what he thought was that he wanted to fuck his sister, and or possibly they were also falling in love. It's complicated.
Yeah.
This is my dad's car. Oh, I see. Like, let me tell you the story where I beat a guy up because my dad died.
No, I think that was that was an emotional sharing. That was part of, Brian becoming part of the family. And that was also possibly a thing where Dom was falling in love. I'm not going to let that go. But it was a sharing of information. Like that one, it still read to me. I think there was a full-on fucking betrayal. It was odd that Brian showed up at that last minute, but he hadn't processed that part yet. And then suddenly he's like, hi, this is Officer blah, 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 blah. And then Dom's fucking eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Was just like, I am holding my friend's arm down so that he does not bleed out. And that is the only reason I'm not choking you right now.
Yeah. I'm taking that energy and pinching this blood vessel right now.
So Vince gets airlifted out. Dom and his crew leaves. Brian's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
He has his car.
All the cars are crashed.
Fuck
he has his own car.
Yeah.
No, it flipped.
No,
his car flipped.
No,
I thought it flipped.
No, he races at the end.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, against,
Oh.
no, it was Letty's car that flipped.
Car.
No, his car's fine.
I thought he was stuck in the middle of the desert, which I thought was really fucking
Same.
funny.
No,
To be fair, it's like, well,
This might as well happen.
Dom's Honda's flipped, with the exception of one. What happened with Brian's car is that he removed the top.
Yeah, that's it.
okay.
We get the final scene in the movie where, they have the confrontation with, Dom's GT, or Dom's dad's, or was it? No, it wasn't GT. It was something.
It was
a
the
car.
Beast.
The Beast.
The Beast.
They have a heart-to-heart, but then I think Jesse shows up, gets killed by Tran. Brian immediately goes and chases down Tran. I think, does Tran get killed in that chase or just arrested? I can't remember.
Brian shoots him. Tran crashes into an underpass, and then Brian tells passersby to call 911, and then just leaves to chase after Dom.
Yeah, and then chases Dom, and then the two of them have like a drag race against a train. That's fun. But then I think that race ends in a draw technically, and then Dom hits a truck that pulls out. And that truck does not show up. The truck just goes away. It's like, I know that guy. I am not getting involved with this.
No. It was the trucks have their revenge. The truckers have their revenge.
Yeah. Yep.
Da-da-da.
But don't show up again, even though that truck was clearly involved in a high-speed motor vehicle accident. He doesn't want points on his insurance, so he just drives away.
Yeah.
But like,
then Dom just pulls himself out of
the wreck.
Yeah.
Because Vin Diesel will not lose any fights, especially against physics.
Fuck you, physics.
But yeah, like, you have the moment where, Brian can clearly arrest Dom if he wanted to, because he has the gun, and instead gives Dom the keys. And it's like, I owed you a car.
I owed you a 10-second car.
And they walk away
A great full circle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dom drives away, Brian walks away, cut the credits, and I'm like, shout out to not facing any fucking consequences for
And
what
did
happened.
you guys stay to watch the end scene credits? End scene.
After
end
credit
scene. There we go.
Did Samuel L. Jackson show up?
No, we just discovered that, in fact, Dom has made it to Mexico.
And
Good for Dom.
living a quarter mile at a time.
Yep, living a quarter mile at a time. In Mexico.
Mr. Toretto, I'm here to talk to you about the NAS initiative.
The NAS initiative.
I feel like this movie can accurately be summed up by the first note that I made, which is men are so weird.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And that's the movie.
By the way, speaking of Ursula Vernon, who I stole a line from earlier, we're hitting the zeitgeist, you guys. She apparently is watching the entire Fast and Furious movies in order right now.
Good for her.
As of 13 minutes ago.
Good for her. Hey, we should chime in.
Hell yeah. I did, actually.
Good. Good.
Not that I text while we're recording.
What?
Wow.
This is a sacred ritual.
No podcast is sacred.
Oh.
I genuinely thought that you were leading me to that.
We deserved that. So yeah, that's the movie. And I will say that normally this sort of movie is not my kind of movie.
What?
I know, we're all shocked. But that being said, the movie ended and I was sitting there going like, I wonder what happens next.
Yep.
You know what? Here's the thing. I will say that after, particularly if you have our friend John there and we're being plied with, delicious food and John's looking at us, with these gigantic crazy eyes while he develops his theories. It took me very little time to be completely all into this fucking series. And I will kid you not. So as you guys may or may not know, Paul Walker died.
Yeah.
The actor. And he died like mid-series. Mm-hmm. But they do this amazing fucking tribute to him in film.
Yeah.
That in the series, Brian is not dead, but he has decided to stop, being a criminal, and now he's gonna be with his family and familia. Mm-hmm. But so there's a goodbye, but it's clearly tied to Paul Walker. And Paul Walker had an identical twin.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. And so they got him to film something in the distance on a beach. So it was a moment that nobody expected to have. I kid you not, I was in fucking tears. I was all in. I have watched every film now. I watched Hobbs and Shaw.
I think what it is for me, at the very least, is the feeling that everybody involved liked each other.
Mm-hmm.
All the actors and stuff seemed to like each other. I know Vin Diesel and Paul Walker had a ride or die friendship.
Yeah.
And I appreciate me some ride or die friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And the story itself has a found family, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yep.
I'm always a whore for found families.
I mean, wait, you mean found family?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I think I texted you after you watched it. I'm like, and you know what? In later movies, the girls have amazing fight scenes. Yeah. They've passed the full-on Bechdel test, and they beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, also, watching this movie, I was like, wait, how the fuck do we get from this to what I know is driving cars out of airplanes, punching warheads, that sort of thing? How do we get from point A to point...
The development of their metahuman abilities is
because
slow.
Of the NOS.
It's slow, but it is there, and you have to watch the films in order to see that this is a slow developing but constant process.
Wow. Every single hit of that NOS starts to unlock latent abilities in your DNA.
Yes.
We never knew.
Clearly.
Absolutely.
Right.
But it has to combine with gas somehow because people have used nitrous oxide before in the past. And it has to be that combo.
It's when it runs through that CGI engine sequence.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Right.
I wish I was joking about Idris Elba being a fucking super soldier later, but I'm not. He straight up is. He has straight up become a metahuman.
It seems like we'll have to do the Fast and Furious 2 and Tokyo Drift and all that. We'll just have to go through the entire series and just kind of make notes okay, so how do we develop the superhuman abilities from this point?
Yeah.
I think the F9 trailer just came out.
It did.
Oh,
I haven't seen the F9 trailer yet.
I haven't either, but...
But, I think it was the second movie that I went... Because I don't think Dom's in the second movie. I think Vin Diesel isn't in it. But Paul Walker is. And he's, I think he's, paired up with, Ludacris or something. And it was one of the effects in that movie that I was just I don't even care if this isn't real. I will watch every single one of these fucking movies for every effect, and I will believe it wholeheartedly.
Oh.
Also, kudos to the crew there for being able to do a movie, every 3 or 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
It's, consistent.
It's been 20 years. They're about to have their 9th movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think about
2021, bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
I just want to put in here that, so you know how I dropped in that convo? I dropped in that note to Ursula Vern's thread? Somebody pops up saying, I've been speculating on a limited range driving related telepathic loop too, since they have conversations with each other sometimes which they should no way be able to have. And this is from @ShadowSpinner. Just going to put that in there.
It's a NOS power.
It's a NOS power.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a car related. They have to be in proximity to their cars. If they're not in proximity, then you better watch out. They might get shot. They might get killed. You don't know. But if they're in their cars, they live.
Oof.
I fucking love this series.
Okay, guys. We're going, it's time. It's that time.
It's time. It is that time.
We're going to have to talk changes. But how can you change perfection?
I know how to change perfection. Because to be fair, this is still 2001. Okay?
Okay.
There's still some stuff. I don't appreciate that there was, right at the beginning, there's some homophobic slurs. Did not appreciate that.
Yep. There we go.
Police brutality, awkward to watch. It exists. Lord knows it exists. But as an unexamined plot point?
Yeah.
When and with Paul Walker as the protagonist and as ostensibly the hero of this, the heroes really are the cars.
Wait, did he do anything?
I think he suited up for it.
Yeah, he was in the raid.
In the raid?
Yeah, he was in the raid of Crane's house.
Yeah, not okay.
Like he was masked. Like he was wearing, which also means like, did you guys see any names or numbers on their gear?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Like, here's the problem: it's the things that were unexamined previously. And now you go back and you look at it and you're like, I do not feel good about this.
See, I'm wondering, and this is like some changed territory for me, is what if Paul Walker, instead of being a cop, is actually just a private investigator? So we're talking like detective.
What if he's an insurance?
Oh, there we go. Oh, insurance investigator.
Yeah, fucking insurance.
But that could work though, because there is a high number of trucks being stolen from.
Yep.
Explosions happening.
Hell yeah.
And so the insurance people are probably sus as hell.
And also merchandise.
Merchandise.
There's fencing going on. Like, who knows? And, excuse me, how many mechanics places have, mysteriously burned down in this area?
So many.
Yeah.
And you know that like an insurance group would probably have ties to at least one mechanic shop. To easily sneak in their private investigator.
Hell yeah. And then the private investigator, like the insurance investigator can still be like, oh no, I love racing cars.
It would also explain how he knows so much intricate detail about each and every one of those cars.
It's true.
Because like as a cop, that's just his hobby, but as the insurance guy, he has to have an in-depth knowledge.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Because then we can just avoid the unexamined
cop
police
shit
aspect. Yeah.
The only cop thing I liked in that entire movie was the conversation about Brian wanting a cigarette, the FBI guy telling his assistant to get him a cigarette, and then Brian's boss saying, like, no, you're trying to quit, no cigarette. And it goes back and forth like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, you know what? It looks useless, but I fucking love that as a piece of characterization. It demonstrates the relationship between all these people, and it's just a good moment.
And it really established the fact that they aren't family.
Well,
they aren't family.
Well, Cop Dad.
Cop Dad's a little family.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta stop lying to yourself. Well, it's Dom, and you love him.
Yeah, no, Cop Dad totally knew it was up. He's like, you gotta make a choice between me and your car dad. Cop Dad or car dad? And also the girl. Ah, fuck, I'm out of this. I automatically lost. Shit.
I should have. No, damn it.
I should have left her out of this. But yeah, so my changes are get rid of, but honestly, beyond that, I think so just loosening up a little of the, 2001 vibes. But otherwise, and the girls could be a little bit more
have personalities.
Yeah. They do later, but I'm like, we're not looking at later. Right now, we're examining this film.
Yes.
Nah.
Well, they have their person, they have, condescension of the guys around them. Does that count as personality?
Letty has so much in her, is doing so much, and has, like, so many layers, and there's, like, none of them in this film except bitchy and jealous, and also really good at driving.
Mm. At least she's part of the heist crew and driving cars.
It's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which, again, for 2001, is actually
amazing.
kind of a step forward.
Also, Mia could. She's good enough. And we see that. But Dom is being very big brother about it and won't let her.
Mm.
To be fair, if that textbook was actually something that was real, she is going to college.
Which good for her.
So she doesn't need to have this trouble.
Does Mia stay in the series?
Yes.
Ah.
It's family, of course they all stay in the series. I'm not sure Vince is in the series.
Well, no.
He shows up again
Does he?
for 5 or 6, I think.
Like, do his tattoos look a little less... Listen, there was one tattoo that I never really got a good look at that looked kind of little, like, is that a neo-Nazi tattoo?
He would be the kind to have one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically rubbing the 2001 serial numbers off of it.
Yeah.
But that I'm sorry, that's a lot of my changes. I'm done.
Well, the thing that I know I would change is I wouldn't have Brian and Mia sleep together because that's a weird consent thing.
Mm.
And I don't care if it's to show, how deep he is in it, so to speak. It's inappropriate and I don't like it.
He should not have done it.
No.
But I love her. Does not matter.
She doesn't know who you are.
Doesn't matter. Even if he was an insurance investigator, still would not be okay.
No.
It would not be.
I think that's like one of those things that would definitely be like an easy change and not really affect the text of the movie. It's like, yeah, of course they're falling for each other, but that is the thing that's keeping Brian from really opening up his heart to her because he's holding a secret and she knows he's holding a secret. And then it turns out he's either a cop or an insurance investigator, depending on whose reality you're talking about.
He's either a cop and an insurance investigator, or he's more interested in Dom.
It's one or the other.
Oof.
Wait, like Brian could be into all of them.
Yeah.
Let's give him that choice.
Other than that,
He's a Toretto-sexual.
I mean, to be fair, have you looked at the Torettos?
Yeah. Like, I do not generally find Vin Diesel anything but I'm like, but Dom Toretto? Okay.
Listen, he's a family man.
He keeps his cool when he's driving really fast. What can I say?
But yeah, other than that, I think it'd be interesting if, Brian were a woman instead of a dude.
Ooh.
Just cause it changes up the dynamic and,
Still Toretto sexual though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Mia is still his main, canon love interest.
Yes. Yes.
And then that's how we can queer it up. Cause at the end of the day, I'm still who I am.
That makes
Fair
sense.
enough.
My change.
I've met you.
It's a
Yeah.
good movie.
Al.
I don't need this.
All right, Al.
My change. I would like a scene of Dom, like, showing Brian how to actually race, because he still shifts like a grandma.
He does shift like a grandma. It's true.
I like that.
Like, just a simple little scene of like, because like we just have that first race, then Dom sees him avoiding the cop cars, and so he knows that there is actually talent in there. You just have to draw it out. Like, no. Here, let me show you how to drift.
He reaches for, no, you're picking up that coffee mug all wrong.
I'm imagining like a ghost pottery sequence, but with like the wheel and the shifter. It's like,
Oh my god. He puts his hand on his with the shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some fondling of the gear shaft.
Now you gotta put your foot down real easy. Okay. Like you're
You can't
like you're
force
making
it. Just
love.
ease into
it. And then you just gotta put your fingers on. Now, you're pulling a bit too tight.
And then you slam from first to third. Whoa!
No, you don't want to shoot your nose too fast.
The horrible thing is that is a plot point, is that people keep shooting their nos too fast. Too early. Too
soon.
early.
Yeah.
And they have that knowing smile. It's like, too early.
Mm-hmm.
That was poor Jesse's problem.
Yeah.
So was that all of
This
it?
episode got weirdly sexual very early on.
I'm not comfortable with it.
Bren, you still have to go, Bren.
I did. Remember, I kind of hijacked the big rig that was Kat's suggestion by doing the insurance adjuster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kat forgot to shoot me with the shotgun, so I managed to steal the plot Panasonics.
No. Sorry, Bren.
No.
Sorry, Bren. You fired your nose too early.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Look, I haven't had too much Nas exposure yet. I haven't gotten the superpowers. It'd be kind of great if they just, acknowledged that the Nas was, the superpower agent. Is that what's in the Captain America vials?
Yes, that's the super soldier serum.
Yeah,
It's so simple.
the entire, machine that turned Steve from weedy to beefy.
Yeah.
It was just a giant carburetor.
It was.
Yeah, it was a retrofitted old car.
Yeah, because
Stark tech,
the Nas just makes the car more of what it is. Bad cars will be bad. Good cars will be great.
Yeah, and that's what.
Yep.
And we know that Howard Stark got started in cars. We saw.
Yeah,
He did.
Oh, so really, that's what Howard Stark was working on in the SHIELD base in Endgame, was the Nas.
Oh my god! Amazing.
Oh.
I think we can make this work.
Wait. Does this mean that Steve Rogers is a human car hybrid?
Yes.
I mean, to me, that kind of makes sense. It's all there. And if you look at the first Avengers, the very first shield he has, after he becomes Meta, is a car door.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the signs were there.
And you know what a Cap's shield is? Just a giant hubcap.
It really is. It's a giant fluff.
Oh, man.
He can outrun cars these days.
He can, yeah. Oh, and that's why he feels so comfortable getting into Natasha's speedster in Winter Soldier.
Oh, God.
That's why he goes around with a motorcycle without a helmet on.
He's already parked car. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Part boy, part car.
He's Turbo Teen. Anyway.
Right.
I think that was everybody.
There's something here. There's something. I keep reaching for a joke. It's not coming to me.
See, I'm just imagining, in the background of all these Marvel movies, you see, an extra car chase happening, and that's just the Fast and the Furious gang doing their thing.
Yes.
You can't prove it doesn't happen.
Yes. Absolutely. There's a Fast and Furious set in Sokovia, and I will die on this hill.
Yes. Oh, my fucking God.
Wait, was there a car chase scene when Sokovia got lifted out of the ground?
That's what I'm saying.
Sure. You just know that during the Infinity War snap sequence, that was also mid-heist, and that's the thing that goes wrong in the middle of the heist that they have to suddenly work around. And that brings the Fast and the Furious Endgame afterwards, because, half the team, they got blipped.
Oh, no. And then this movie, the upcoming one, is having to deal with people coming back.
Oh.
Oof.
Right.
They're still family, but are they?
Of course, that's the thesis of the movie, is that, yeah, of course they are.
Yeah,
They're
of course.
family.
We all know that, but, there's doubts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the only way to solve those doubts is to race them out.
Right.
Oh.
So, I have a proposition for the games.
Uh-huh. A child shall leave them.
Yes.
No, don't give her that.
Nope.
Yeah. Yes. That was my proposition.
What?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, don't.
Add a child.
Why?
Add a child.
No.
Mia has a baby from a previous, whatever. Life happens. He's like 5 or 6 right now. He has never trusted Brian.
And
Listen, he learned early all cops are bastards.
But also we get an incredibly charming and amazing scene where he has to somehow drive a car. He has it all prepped. He takes some of those fucking textbooks, slams it onto the gas pedal.
yes.
And that's how he's controlling it.
But can he reach the Nas?
That's
too
the
young
one
for
thing
Nas.
he can't. Oh my god, what's his practice car? Because of course he has a practice car. Dom's let him have one. Mia's like, he better not have a practice car. And Dom's like, no, of course not. But his practice car does not have Nas. And he is angry about that every day of the week. I lied, he's not 5 or 6. For that kind of rage, you need to be 8 or 9.
Okay.
I am a grown-up and I deserve to have Nas. But he's also not meta-human because of that.
You're right.
So
he can get hurt.
Child in danger. Child in danger.
Right.
And that's how where Brian gets to step in.
Yeah. Of course, because there is a child, Brian gets to form a mentor relationship. Just like Dom is mentor to him, he can be a mentor to this kid.
But the kid's not having it.
Not until
Kid's like, all cops are bastards.
but not until near the end where they're like, okay, I'm actually starting to trust you. And then we see his betrayed face.
A child's betrayed face?
Does it do we see Dom's face and then we pan over and see a pissed kid?
Oh my god, wait. The kid wasn't part of the heist. The kid came with Mia and Brian to stop the heist.
Stuck in the back seat. Oh god.
Yeah, wait, no, he was stuck in the back seat until Brian had to climb out, maybe? And then Mia was in charge of it. So the kid had to climb into the front seat to take over the driving.
What if...
Yes. Oh, okay. Mia fucks up her arm somehow, okay? So she can't drive, but she can work the pedals. Okay?
What if he snuck onto the car so they didn't even know that he was in there?
That's what I was getting at.
Oh, okay. So his head just suddenly pops up in the middle of the desert.
Because he was sleeping in the back of the car.
He was sleeping in the back. That makes sense.
And so he missed Mia and Brian's your cop
The
conversation.
first betrayal.
Yeah.
He misses
There we
the first.
go.
So
There you go. I like that.
So Pip, what does this? What else happens with this kid?
I already said that he was a stowaway in the car.
What's his name, Pippin? Is it a he?
Is it 3 letters?
I mean, it has to be, doesn't it?
Tom.
Yeah, his name is Tom.
Tom
Leah.
and Dom. It's a
Leah, Sia, Ray. Name her Ray.
Nice.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Or it could be a car themed.
Oh my god. And this is little baby Honda.
little baby Nas.
Yeah.
That's her
God.
nickname. That's her nickname. Her nickname is Nas.
Right.
Because her full name's like Nina something.
Sure.
But they all call her Nas. Because you know what? You add her to a situation and everything just goes faster. Or it blows up. This has been the greatest night of my life.
Though in reality, don't add a kid to the movie.
Yeah,
No,
of course
no.
not. Do not add a kid. No, that's a terrible fucking idea.
No.
I will be
Adding
extremely
kids to
distressed
most
if there's...
movies is a bad idea.
I will say adding kids or dogs. I'll say it.
No, actually, dog added to
No!
Dom's garage. Oh yeah, garage dog. Awesome.
You are so, completely willing to throw out all precepts of good writing if there's a fucking dog.
You know what, Pot?
Brendan conspicuously silent.
You know what, Pot, Kettle? I think you two should talk. I think you'll find you have something in common.
Brian gives the dog a tuna sandwich.
The dog fucking loves it.
The dog
Yep.
loves it. Can the dog have a betrayed face?
It's next to the kid. So we go from Dom to the kid to the dog.
Dog. Oh my god. So Dom's at the highest point, right, of the field, of the screen, right? And then it goes down, it sinks down diagonally, there's the kid, and it sinks down diagonally again, and there's the dog.
And it's one take. It's one take,
Yes.
so
Oh
the
my god,
camera
and
just
one
moves.
more time, it zigs the other direction, so that the guy who's like unconscious from blood loss opens his eyes briefly to also look at him with judgment.
Wait. Should there also be a cat with a betrayed face?
Only walking in the background. Like, then the camera focuses to something in the distance. It's a cat being like, can't believe you, man.
Fuck cups.
Some fucked up shit right there.
Right. Oh, lordy.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Before we go, does anyone have anything to plug?
So my short story, Demon Fighter Sucks, is going to be coming out in May from Apex Magazine. It's the one that is the first story that I've had published since our mom died, and it's the one about dead moms. So, awesome.
Whoops.
Weird.
Yep, but I sold it before she died, so, but so it has accidentally become quite meaningful.
And doesn't it involve, like, streaming and stuff like that? So.
It does. It involves streaming, and so I wrote it before quarantine. I mean, there's a lot going on here, guys.
Prescience!
Yeah, it's eerie.
You're a witch and we should burn you.
Basically, is what I'm coming down to.
Like, art imitates life, and then sometimes life imitates art.
Oh, God.
Aha.
And of course, I have my my ever constant magazine, the Small Thoughts and Minor Hours magazine, which is free to read if you don't mind me talking about cooking and gardening and generally being pleased with life.
How many syllabub posts are you up to now?
I'm up to the 3rd variation on syllabub, but I need to write the 4th and 5th.
Let's see. On the 22nd, my improv group is going to be guest starring on the Lucky Draw show on the Arcade Comedy Theater's YouTube page. There's a live stream going on that night. And then we'll probably have another one happening sometime in May. And then eventually, maybe an outdoor masked show. So that'll be fun.
Ooh.
Because it's warm enough for outdoor shows again.
What?
So yeah, that's exciting.
How about you, Pippin and Alex? What do you got going on?
Just generally awesome.
Yeah.
That scans.
That's code for nothing.
No, Alex and I are very busy just being better than other people.
Yeah.
You can tell yourself that.
Fine.
All right, then. I think that is the Fast and the Furious. And unlike being Fast and Furious, we were not fast on this episode because we had a lot to talk about. But I think we can take it away now, right?
Yeah.
Take it away, take it away, take it away now.
Oh shit!
No
there's
regrets.
a truck.
I know that I said I would watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier after this, you guys, but I want to watch the next Fast and Furious movie.
No.
As always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing and music for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Stories Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostoriessacred. See you next time when we talk about an original story idea by Pippin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Looking forward to it, Pip.
I got bullied.
Aww. Until then, we're No Story Sacred, and any stories can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're
No story is sacred.